joining us. I'm Ashley Evans. Against the backdrop of poor returns, performance fees are back in the news. Questions are being raised about fairness and their complexity, and the big question on everyone's mind is, should we be rethinking performance fees? Joining us is Prasheen Singh, Director at Riskura. Prasheen, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Ashley.
So in recent years, there's been a lot of attention around the cost of investing, and across the world, fees have been coming down. What is the reason behind that?
At Riskura, as modern day advisors, we understand obviously that the environment is constantly changing and adapting, and so I think even in this industry or in all industries, as you have increased competition and as you have product evolution, you find that there's more competition, the industry evolves, fees that are historically charged for certain areas of the market have to recognize that as there's more competition, as products become cheaper, as access to skills and systems become cheaper, the cost thereof will change. So I think generically that would be an overarching reason. There are also specific initiatives in this particular industry from Treasury and from generally the regulators to try and drive costs down to ensure that the members that you want to look after in retirement are actually protected.
Now, looking at performance fees, do they serve the interests of institutional investors?
I think that is a debate that has been ongoing for quite a while. You could probably argue that a while ago there was the case where most clients are fee takers rather than having the ability to initiate it or structure it. There are pros and cons and answers to both sides of that question that could be viably discussed or argued. I guess the way you've got to look at it is that with performance fees, your ability to be able to structure it and your ability to be able to negotiate the terms will make it a more effective one. There's a break-even point or almost a sweet point that you've got to find to be able to understand whether the structure of that fee then is a viable one. So the break-even point of deciding between a performance fee structure or deciding between a flat fee structure becomes a very key thing to evaluate the efficacy of one method versus the other, because there will be horses for courses to some extent. Sometimes a performance fee may be incentivizing, but it's about how the organization providing that fee is actually structured and facilitating that fee.
So in your opinion, are performance fees a bias incentive that's possibly not penalizing asset managers when they don't perform?
Probably not, but I think where structured appropriately, if the economics of that organization is structured and based on a well-structured performance fee, where the fee that managers may earn just when they are performing in line with an index or potentially underperforming is impacted to some degree by the extent of that underperformance versus just having a flat fee, which is irrelevant to them whether they perform or not, will be the biggest teller in the market on how that behavior changes or how incentivized somebody is to be able to change their economics and to grow.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you.